Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Network is on the air. Talking Golf is brought to you by American Transmission Company, ATC, helping you keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong. American Family Insurance, insure carefully and dream fearlessly. Oak Park Place, offering senior living options for the lifestyle you deserve, with amenities and services for a carefree, independent way of life. And by the Princeton Club, a premier health club that combines state-of-the-art equipment with a highly trained staff and convenient locations. Now, here are your co-hosts of Talking Golf, Dennis Tiziani and Paul Brown.
Welcome to another round of Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network from Cherokee Country Club in Madison, along with Kevin Ryan and Dave McCann, our engineers, Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown. On tonight's show, in about 5-6 minutes, Steve Stricker is going to be checking in with us. He'll recap his performance at the U.S. Open Golf Tournament this past weekend. And, of course, he'll look ahead to the American Family Insurance Championship coming up in Madison this coming weekend. Also, Michael Gaspard will check in on our show tonight. Michael is the general manager at UW Ridge, and he'll give us all the latest information about the golf course, about parking, about new developments in terms of where you can seat. There'll be new seating locations at the tournament, all of that and more. And, of course, we're going to talk about the U.S. Open tournament over the weekend. We'll get to Phil Mickelson a little bit later on in the show. But, Dennis, I'm going to start with the USGA. And in simplistic terms, Ricky Fowler on Saturday shot 84. On Sunday, he shot 65. Fleetwood shot 78 on Saturday, and he shot 63 on Sunday. What happened at Shinnecock?
Well, on Ricky Fowler's case, 85, he had to give up somewhere along the line. You know, I mean, he doesn't do that. I mean, he could have played in the swamp and shot better than 85, but he gave up a little bit. But the golf course was different on Sunday than it was on Saturday. The greens were holding better. The wind was in a better direction, but the pins were in places that you could play. However, there's another item here. If you played 3 more rounds on that tournament, all the scores would be lower. The pro golfers are pro golfers for a reason. Once they get used to what's going on, which they did, scores will come down. And, it took them by surprise a little bit, which it shouldn't have, because the USGA has been consistent in making a course maybe play not the way it should play. The man who shot 63, I mean, he made putts from everywhere. I mean, it was great to see. I wish he would have made that one for 62. It would have been good for golf. He struggled a lot. Maybe he could afford to get a haircut. No, I mean, I don't mean that. but anyway.
He said that's his identity.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, he got some identity with that 63.
We're going to have player reactions to the course, to the greens, and the tournament in general throughout the show. But again, back to the USGA. In your mind, has the USGA lost all of its credibility?
Not all of it. I'll tell you what was really good about it is when the first times that I heard that they made a mistake. And they say they made a mistake on at least 2 of those holes. But some of the information they give about Poa annua Green, well, Poa annua is not a grass, it's a weed. And, I just can't believe that you could get a combination of heat and humidity of 150. In other words, 80 degrees temperature, 70 degrees humidity, thereabouts at 150. You can lose a Poa annua Green in 4 hours.
I was just going to ask you about that. When you lose a green, how do you get it back?
Well, you don't. It's a weed. It'll grow back again. And what I can understand from a golf course ownership perspective, there are so many strains of grass out there that can accommodate the heat, humidity, temperature. Now, why doesn't that happen there? I know for a fact that the members at Shinnecock were very upset with the information that was given out, which what happened. And they rallied. I give the USGA some credit there in going ahead and doing it, but that's not where the USGA has lost it in the commercialism that exists with the balls and the clubs. That's where I think they've lost it. Not so much. And they've got a history of trying to get to par. Now they're one over, so that's a success, all those type of things. But I think the commercialism is the deal.
In a combination of the greens, the wind, the condition on Saturday morning versus Saturday afternoon, a couple of the players said because of all of those components, you took away the possibility of certain players to win that tournament. You agree with that?
No. Certain players winning a tournament, I mean, that doesn't really get it for me. They say these guys are long ball hitters, and that's what they're doing. Jim Furyk finished in the top 10. He isn't a long ball hitter. These guys, it's one thing to hit it far. It's another thing to hit it straight. And that's what these guys were doing. We're hitting fairways. They were leading the tournament. Koepka and this guy was leading greens hitting in fairways. So he was hitting it good. I mean, yes, they're bigger. Yes, they're stronger. But I still go back to the equipment and the ball. That's where I think the rules committee lost it so far. And I think that giving into the pressures of big business and going ahead and let me put my clubs out there, because as I said, before, how many people do you know want to hit it shorter? Not too many. Not too many.
And you just mentioned a key thing. We'll, again, get into this a little bit later on in the show, but you hit on exactly that. On the Golf Channel, the guys that Chambly and a couple of other guys that are involved with that programming, after the tournament, they said the game of golf right now is at the crossroads. Mm-hmm. And they talked about exactly what you're talking about, that basically there's three things going on, and we'll get into more in details. They talk about tricking the golf course, tricking the setup of it, which is going to change the scores, moving the flags, which they did on Sunday.
Right.
In fact, some players said it was too easy on Sunday, or they talked about the equipment and what's happened overall. And they think there's got to be a consultation going on for the future of golf between the European Tour, the USGA, and they got to take a look at some serious issues. But in the meantime, we're going to get ready to chat with Steve Stricker, and we'll be back after this timeout on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
The American Family Championship features golf's living legends competing right here in Wisconsin. Take advantage of the Wild Rock American Family
Steve, here this first segment,
package, which includes 18 holes with GPS cart at Wild Rock, with lunch and a Wild Rock hat, plus a ticket to the championship in Madison this June. Call or check out our website for availability, 608-253-4653, or wildrockgolf.com. That's wildrockgolf.com.
The PGA Tour champions are coming back to Madison. The 2018 American Family Insurance Championship Week is set for June 18th through the 24th at University Ridge. Tickets are available now at amfamchampionship.com/tickets. Be on the links when tournament host Steve Stricker tees it off. Proceeds from the AmFam Championship benefit the Steve Stricker American
not yet. I'll give him a call here in a second.
American Family Children's Hospital, and numerous local Madison charities. Don't miss out. Get your tickets on amfamchampionship.com/tickets.
At Oak Park Place, they understand there are some loves that last a lifetime, like the love of the game, and they celebrate those things that make you uniquely you. Their community of friends, family, and caring staff provide support if you need it, while you enjoy your independence when you want it. Because they know that sharing memories of time well spent is just that, time well spent. Learn more about senior living at an Oak Park Place near you. Visit oakparkplace.com.
In today's world, we're more plugged in than ever, and we don't think twice when we flip the switch to turn on the lights or boot up our computers. We count on the stable, reliable transmission of electricity. And that's what American Transmission Company is all about. We don't generate electricity, but our grid helps energize your everyday life. We're the vital link between power production and the people who count on it.
We still got 90 seconds.
American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
The critics are raving. It's the hottest reservation in the city, and people wait months for a table. And now, it's finally time to take your seat behind the wheel of the 2018 E-Class at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. This is performance at its most tasteful. Refined power and Mercedes-Benz luxury with enough turbocharged torque to get you back in time for dessert. Visit MBUSA.com/E-Class to learn more. Mercedes-Benz. the best or nothing.
More than 110,000 of your neighbors in Wisconsin are battling Alzheimer's disease. It's the only leading killer that has no real treatment and certainly has no prevention or cure. There's much to be done in the fight to end this devastating disease. Scientists at the University of Wisconsin, one of the top-ranked research institutions in the country, are working across the spectrum of this disease to discover the next breakthrough, and you can help.
30.
Join the UW as we partner with the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation, the American Family Insurance Championship, and the Golf Effect Radio Show to support research with Birdies to End Alzheimer's. Make your pledge today and join us June 22nd through the 24th at University Ridge. 100% of the proceeds will go towards Alzheimer's research at the UW. Make your pledge now. BirdiesToEndALZ.com.
W265CB Madison.
Welcome back to Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network. Along with Dennis Tiziani, I'm Paul Brown from Cherokee Country Club. Obviously, there was a lot of headlines about golf over the weekend at the U.S. Open, and one of those was about Steve Stricker making the cut. It said the 51-year-old kept the sport's sneakiest impressive streak alive this week as he continues to qualify for major tournaments. And it's now 27 times consistently where Steve Stricker has qualified for a major.
No. Made the cut.
Or made the cut,
yeah,
right.
That's different.
And, well, then, thank you for correcting me on that. Steve, out of all the things you've done in golf, you got to be very proud of that accomplishment. Are you not?
Yeah, it's one that feels pretty good. I would have loved to have won one of those majors. That's why I'm still trying to play in them and trying to see if I can't steal one. But, making the cut 27 consecutive times, I'm proud of that. It's those majors are tough, and I guess it just shows a little bit of consistency over the 9 years that it spans. So it's one that I feel proud of.
Steve, can you put into perspective for all of us that play the game of golf and would have no idea how difficult it is to play in a U.S. Open or any tournament on the tour? What was it really like at Shinnecock? What can you describe how difficult are your feelings about playing last weekend?
I guess the easiest way to put it is that when you step up on a hole, you're literally just trying to make a par. And especially the first day, I played in the afternoon. It was very windy and pretty firm conditions. The greens weren't overly fast, but literally you had to think about how am I going to make a 4 or a 3 or a 5, whatever par it was on that hole. There were a couple holes where you could think that you could maybe make a birdie, but for the most part, they put pin positions in areas where almost impossible to get to. And then you start thinking from the fairway, okay, let's just get it on the green. And those greens have a lot of runoff areas, so it was very difficult to hit the greens. You'd hit the green and then it would roll off and then you'd be chipping. So it's like, where do you want to chip from? And then they weren't the smoothest the first couple of days with all the foot traffic and the slowness of it. So it was every shot was very trying and very difficult. And, it was playable. Don't get me wrong. You could shoot a decent score, but it was one of those days where, and even as the tournament went on, it was a little bit easier on Sunday, but still, if you stayed too far, you could get into some serious trouble.
Steve, obviously there was a lot of discussion about a lot of different topics over the weekends, comments from the media, the players, a lot of the guys on the Golf Channel. And not going to ask you about all of them, but just get a flavor here. There were comments about they lost the course, criticism of pin locations, conditions of the greens, players frustrated with the setup, talk about the wind and the conditions and what that did, morning versus afternoon. Good shots on Saturday were not rewarded. as far as the players concerned. Overall, from your perspective, for all of us that follow golf, how did you see all of what happened there over the weekend?
Yeah, again, the USGA kind of lost control of the course, and they have a history of that. It doesn't surprise any one of us as players, I guess. The difficulty I have, or the issues I have, is that they changed the green speed so much in the 4 days. You know, we probably played 4 different green speeds, which means a different speed every day. And that's what happened on Saturday. They sped up the greens. I think they cut them maybe twice, and then they rolled them maybe twice or something. But I asked that question when I finished. I'm like, how much faster are the greens today? And they said 5 inches, which was hard to believe because I felt like it was like 2 or 3 feet faster, you know, compared to the first 2 days. Mm-hmm. So what happened was when they sped up the greens like that, then they got that wind, dried them out, the weather, and then, you know, they put some pin positions, and they're always teetering on that line of fairness, and they don't tend to err on the safe side of fair. They always cross that line and go over the edge, and they did that with 3 or 4 pin locations on Saturday, and that's what upsets the guys. When you hit a decent shot in there and it rolls off the green, and you'll see what Phil did there on Saturday. I mean, it's just to the point where guys start shaking their heads like, you know, what do I have to do to get it on the green, let alone for the ball to stay there sometimes. And they just put them in some goofy spots at times, and you got to be ready for that. And that's personally, we were taught that when I was a junior, when Gene Haas set up these courses right here in our state. He made them very hard, put the pins in very tough places. And if you're prepared for that and you let all the other guys do the whining and complaining, then you can kind of sneak up on people and have a fresh attitude and take advantage of everybody else complaining on it. So that's kind of what I try to do. It gets harder as I get older, I think, but I just try to keep my mouth shut for the most part, and then let everybody complain and try to play as best as I can. But it's hard. It's hard not to complain when you're competitive and you want to play well. And then when you see some of the pin locations where guys are putting it off the greens, you start to wonder, does this really have to happen this way?
Steve, there was a discussion on the Golf Channel between some of their key people, and in their mind, they said golf is at a crossroads right now. And they looked at it, Chambly and Nablo were talking about, they can do one of 3 things. Basically, they can trick the course up and let the scores be what they may. They can work on pin placements and make them easier, or they can adjust the equipment for the game. What's your thoughts on that kind of a thought process?
Well, I think if you narrow the fairways and firm up the greens a little bit, keep them at a speed that's playable, and put pin positions that are playable, that always seems to make things more challenging, right? And, what we saw this last week is big, wide fairways, a lot of runoff areas up around the greens. So it's their philosophy lately, and we saw it at Erin Hills last year, big, wide fairways. It's kind of a new game. Where these young guys are bombing it. But as far as scaling back the equipment, I'm kind of on the fence on that, just because we all love to hit it far.
Yep.
I mean, it's people who come to watch these events, the pros, they would love seeing the guys hit it far. I got to believe every amateur in the world who hits a golf ball loves to hit it far. So would that take some of the enjoyment out of the game, reducing that distance? Yeah, I think it would. So I know it's tough on some of these courses, but there's other ways to make them difficult but still remain fair. And sometimes USGA, that fair part is questionable at times in some of the players' minds.
All right, we're going to put the U.S. Open to bed, and we're going to talk about something that you got to be very pleased about, the third annual American Family Insurance Championship here in Madison this weekend. Arguably the strongest field on the PGA Tour Champions is going to be in Madison this weekend. 78 players, top 10 Charles Schwab Cup are all represented. 19 of the top 20, 37 of the top 40. Fred Couples, the defending champion, is back. World Golf Hall of Famers Davis Love III, Tom Kite, and Vijay Singh. Wow, what a field.
Yeah, we're extremely excited and happy, and the word has gotten out, amongst the players that it's a nice event. The community really supports it. It has a great feel to it. We have other functions going on during the week. A concert on Friday night with REO Speedwagon this year's Fair 1,000 horses. So it's word's gotten out amongst the players that it's a nice spot, and these guys are itchy to play. They have these forced weeks off, and we happen to come after a break. So these guys are antsy to play, and they're ready to get out there. It's nice to see them come here and support the event, and we're raising a lot of money for charity, and it's been $2.8 million over the first 2 years, and we're on track to do another a little bit more than what we did last year. So it's another big year for us, and we're just so happy to be a part of this community and to try to give back to the community and all the charities that are involved. It's just a pretty special week for all of us.
I got one for you, though, that I don't quite understand. Mario Tiziani, you work with him. He's your agent. Dennis is his father. Mario Tiziani is caddying for Fred Couples.
Yep.
We're just curious. How did that all come about?
Because Nikki's caddying for him.
Nikki's on my bag this week, so my bag is taken.
Oh, she's less expensive, huh? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. And Freddie's caddy is a guy who is working for Sergio Garcia for like a 3-week period. So Freddie's caddy is not available to caddy for Freddie. So Freddie asked me who's around, and he asked about my brother-in-law Mario, and so that's how that all got started. So
Dennis, I can just
fun for Mario.
I can just see if they get down to the finals, and hopefully it's Steve and Couples, and Couples asks Mario, how does that putt break? Oh, 3 inches to the left.
No, Freddie's smart.
I wish I could watch and be a part of that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I've had the opportunity to talk with Leah a few times over the course of my career. Quite the character, quite the gentleman, full of stories. And he'll be great in that environment. Hopefully they got everybody mic'd up and they can hear what's going on, because that'll be a special day for everybody here in the area. I mean, I guess Lee probably played in some GMOs over the years. Probably didn't he, Tiz?
Yeah, sure he did. You bet.
Yeah, but it's been a while since he's been back, so it'll be a great treat for everybody.
One final thought. Obviously, you'd love to win your own tournament, wouldn't you? I mean, that's an obvious question. How do you feel about playing in this event with all the other responsibilities that you do have?
You know what? Yeah, I'd love to win. I don't have that many other responsibilities, a few things here and there. But we have a tournament staff that takes care of so many things, and they're on top of it year round. So it's they pretty much give me the ability to just come and play and do what I need to do to try to play well. So that's always fun, and I'm looking forward to getting it started. Get a little rest these next couple of days, and then look forward to getting back at it.
Well, we're going to let you go so you can get that rest. Thank you very much for all your time, and good luck to you and everybody involved with the tournament this week, Steve.
All right. Appreciate it, Paul. Thank you.
That's Steve Stricker, and we'll be back on Talking Golf right after this timeout.
The PGA Tour champions are coming
Who do
back
we got
to
next?
Madison. The 2018 American Family Insurance Championship Week is set for June 18th through the 24th at University Ridge. Tickets are available now at amfamchampionship.com/tickets.
So are we having a segment, and then how are we doing this?
Proceeds from the AmFam Championship benefit the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation, the American Family Children's Hospital, and numerous local Madison charities. Don't miss out. Get your tickets on amfamchampionship.com/tickets.
Hi, this is Dave Gary, and it's
okay. So we're gonna have like an 8-minute segment or something here.
Come see what our clubs are all about. Okay. Try a class or just relax in our pools. Visit any of our clubs for free during our open house going on now. With more locations, more amenities, and more free classes, there's never been a better time to be a member of the Princeton clubs. I think you'll be surprised how much better you'll feel just after a few visits. Plus, with our express locations all over the Madison area, you'll never be more than a few minutes away from your next workout. As a member, you'll also have access to Cherokee Country Club's outdoor pool to make the most out of your summer. So come try the Princeton clubs today. Get inspired and start feeling great again. We keep our clubs spotlessly clean, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and with free childcare and no joining fees. And if you're ready to step up to the Princeton clubs, we'll even buy out your current membership somewhere else. The Princeton clubs, voted Madison's best health club year after year. Visit PrincetonClub.net for more details.
At Oak Park Place, they understand there are some loves that last a lifetime, like the love of the game, and they celebrate those things that make you uniquely you. Their community of friends, family, and caring staff provide support if you need it, while you enjoy your independence when you want it. Because they know that sharing memories of time well spent is just that, time well spent. Learn more about senior living at an Oak Park Place near you. Visit oakparkplace.com.
The University of Wisconsin Golf Course, University Ridge, has been voted Best of Madison and is the proud host site of the PGA Tour Champions American Family Championship. Our course, designed by the world-renowned Robert Trent Jones Jr., is yours to play without a costly membership. The award-winning golf shop at University Ridge offers high-end Badger apparel you won't find anywhere else. And when you're off the course, enjoy excellent food and drink with friends at the W Grill. Play where the Badgers play, University Ridge.
Right now, Cherokee Country Club is offering outstanding introductory golf memberships. You can join Cherokee as an individual member for $2,400. Depending on your age, you can get a family membership that starts at only $2,900. Check it out for yourself. What you're going to find is the best deal in Madison when it comes to joining a golf club. And by the way, your membership also allows you to use all of the facilities at the Princeton Club and the Madison Club. If you're a business owner, Cherokee offers a voucher golf program that allows you to purchase 20 rounds of golf, good for 18 holes with a golf cart, for only $1,000. What a great way to entertain your clients,
20 seconds,
or employees. Cherokee also offers memberships for swimming and indoor and outdoor tennis. And the public is welcome to use the driving range, restaurant, banquet facilities, or book a wedding there. For more information, call 249-1000 or visit the website at CherokeeCountryClub.net. We're back on Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network with Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown. I promised I'd answer this question. Pick a golfer, a good one and an average one at Cherokee, if they had to play the tees that the pros played at Shinnecock. What would the average, and had a putt out, no gimmies, what would the average player at Cherokee shoot at Shinnecock?
95 to 105.
I thought you were going to even say a little higher than that.
Well, you said the average player.
Okay, let's take the better player then, or as they call them around here, the guys that are maybe the better players, the bucket group, guys that have the lower handicaps. Say Stu Grundle, for an example.
Well, a different guy. He's got some action. You know, he could potentially hit it far enough to play. But when we have guys here, they're hitting between 220 and 245 or 250, you know, I mean, where you going? And, you know, they can't keep it on these fairways. How are you going to keep it on those fairways?
So what ballpark?
Well, they'll be up there again, you know. You could have put them all in the middle of the green. The best players you got in the city. Just put them on the middle of the green. He wouldn't have break 90.
And I totally believe that. It'd be fun to try.
Well, that's the worst place to be, in the middle of the green.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, it's hard to do.
Let's go back to the discussion a little bit on the USGA and in terms of equipment. Brendan Chambly was pretty outspoken about the USGA, and he basically said in a nutshell, the Open will certainly be remembered for Brooks Koepka's successful title defense, but there's no doubt that it will also be remembered for Phil Mickelson's decision to hit a moving golf ball, for the USGA's decision not to disqualify him, and for the governing body once again losing control of Shinnecock Hills over the weekend. And he says something is amiss in a big way at Shinnecock Hills. I think the USGA has lost a lot of trust of the golf world. They've done it for numerous reasons. And one of which was he gets to talking about equipment, and he said they missed the COR. COR means the rebound effect in drivers. They missed the rebound effect and the combination of the rebound effect with the ball. They missed it on their watch. The manufacturers got it done. The equipment companies got it done. Do you agree with that in terms of what he's talking?
No question that the equipment companies got it done. And again, money's driving the deal. Equipment companies going ahead and supporting USGA and all their functions. They did it. However, on that business of, and I'll come back to this thing with equipment, but what you mentioned about Phil Mickelson being disqualified and all that sort of stuff. I can remember a real big name golfer who took an illegal drop on the 15th hole at Augusta National and admitted he took the illegal drop. He moved it a yard or two back so he could go ahead and get a better deal. Signed the scorecard.
Are we talking about Tiger Woods?
Are we really? He signed the scorecard and they never did anything. Now, where's the equality? What are you doing? I mean, Phil made a choice to do that. Why would you disqualify him? He's penalized for hitting a moving ball. I disqualified him if you felt that he was a disgrace to what went on, but that's not a reason to disqualify anybody.
Okay, let's talk.
Go ahead. What?
I want to talk about Phil Mickelson for a minute, but have you got more on equipment?
Let's come up. It's nice that there's a problem. What's the solution? Nobody's coming up with the solution. And I'm saying, well, why not don't we have two rules or two sets of rules, one for the pros, one for the amateurs? Maybe not rules, but the equipment, especially the ball. Now, in baseball, right, a high school or college kid can use a metal bat. Can't use it in the pros.
Right.
Oh, there you go. So there is a major sports thing that has difference in equipment. So let people who want to hit the ball far, give them a ball that goes 400 yards. What makes the difference? And what you'll find out is this, that in time, the public who are playing golf will revert back to the way the pros play. But the pros have to do it first. Get the ball. Nicholas has been talking about that forever. Get the ball that goes back to something that makes some sense. Get some of these club heads and take care of the business of how the expansion, how this thing springboards off of the deal here, that it can't do anymore. They're missing the boat there. But then again, if you're those companies that are giving a lot of money out, what do? Tell them no? It's too bad what it's gotten to, really. They have a chance. Fix the ball first. Go back to making that expansion thing off the club, make it what it is. And I'll guarantee you that the average player will want to play like the pros, not have a Super Bowl that goes a long ways away. And for those who do, have at it. So you solve, but I think you'll get a reversal. You bring this back so that the pros can take a lead, or USGA takes the lead in what happens in their tournaments and professional golf. The average player will come back and you'll get the club, the ball, the twist in the shaft, all those things will come back to making the golf courses that are here, because it's difficult to make them longer or whatever.
Right.
You make it so that they're playable again. All along, they're telling us, move up, play shorter, have more fun.
Play 9 holes.
And look what they went and did. Just the opposite. Just the opposite. So that's where I think they lost it. But a guy like Brandel, he's a bright boy. He does really good. He gets paid to make his comments. But really, come up with a solution. I just gave you one.
Okay, now, very quickly, because you did talk about Phil Mickelson before. Yeah. You talk a lot about honesty and integrity in the game.
There's the two basic rules that underline all the rules in golf. Okay. Honesty and integrity.
What message did Phil Mickelson send when he violated a rule?
Integrity.
Okay.
Honesty. He was honest. He was just trying to not let the ball roll around the trap and go ahead and chip it up and then hit it past the hole and choose 3 shots. The mistake he made is he hit it too darn hard. And if, he'd have been okay to do it, but he really broke down. He did the ultimate of a pro. A pro doesn't quit.
Did he tarnish his reputation?
Absolutely. What are you going to remember him as? Forever and ever, that's going to come up. He could win 25 tournaments in a row. Boom. They're going to show that. Tiger Woods won all those tournaments. What do they show? They show his chipped tooth and running into a hydrant. I mean, come on.
Would you have felt any different if he'd have pulled out of the tournament?
No. He played by the rules. He was penalized. I mean, he's able to do that. That's part of the deal. What I don't like about it is he short-circuited the tour. He short-circuited our business of that's the customer, and the customer was there not to see that. The customer was here to see, how are you as a pro going to react to what's going on? You mean to tell me that pin and the speed and all these inanimate things intimidated you? Are you kidding me?
I think if you were to talk to any 10 golfers, I don't think 9 of them would believe his explanation of what he did. I think he was frustrated and just hit the ball.
Well, and we talk about this, and he'd like to talk off the air, but the point is that, all the stuff that he did with illegally betting, illegal accounts overseas, all of those things. Now, here I am blowing this up here, but the point is that all that stuff, that's criminal. There's people that I know that are being put in jail right now for some of that stuff. What happened? Why isn't that? So what I get off on is the honesty and integrity that exists not only in professional golf, but in the world in general. It's not honest. There's behind the scenes, there's payola that's going on, there's all those things. And unfortunately, some of this stuff is happening in golf.
And we're going to talk about what's happening at UW Ridge after this timeout on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
You wake up in the morning, turn off your alarm, flip on the lights with the push of stable, reliable transmission of electricity. And that's what American Transmission Company is all about. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
At Oak Park Place, they understand there are some loves that last a lifetime, like the love of the game, and they celebrate those things.
Do you know which number I should be going with there, top or bottom?
Their community of friends, family, and caring staff provide support if you need it, while you enjoy your independence when you want it. Because they know that sharing memories of time well spent is just that, time well spent. Learn more about senior living at an Oak Park Place near you. Visit oakparkplace.com.
The University of Wisconsin Golf Course, University Ridge, has been voted Best of Madison and is the proud host site of the PGA Tour Champions American Family Championship. Our course, designed by the world-renowned Robert Trent Jones Jr., is yours to play without a costly membership.
Alrighty, I got Michael.
The golf shop at University Ridge offers high-end Badger apparel you won't find anywhere else. And when you're off the course, enjoy excellent food and drink with friends at the W Grill. Play where the Badgers play, University Ridge.
The PGA Tour Champions are coming back to Madison. The 2018 American Family Insurance Championship Week is set for June 18th through the 24th at University Ridge. Tickets are available now at amfamchampionship.com/tickets. Be on the links when tournament host Steve Stricker tees it off. Proceeds from the AmFam Championship benefit the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation, the American Family Children's Hospital, and numerous local Madison charities. Don't miss out. Get your tickets on amfamchampionship.com/tickets.
The mighty Blue Marlin. You've battled for 2 solid hours. He jumps again. He's almost at the side of the boat. It's the moment of truth. Because there's never been a better time to test drive the 2018 Mercedes-Benz GLC. With a smooth 9-speed transmission, it loves to run. Set course for your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. Visit MBUSA.com/GLC to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Did you know the cost of caring for those with Alzheimer's disease will top $277 billion in 2018? Sadly, the dollar amount doesn't capture the incredible human toll of this devastating disease. Our only hope lies in research aimed at prevention and the treatment to reverse the illness. Scientists right here at the University of Wisconsin are leading the fight to end Alzheimer's disease, and they can succeed with your help. The UW is honored to partner with the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation, the American Family Insurance Championship, and the Golf Effect Radio Show to support
20 seconds
this
here, stand by.
research with Birdies to End Alzheimer's. Make your pledge today and join us June 22nd through the 24th at University Ridge Golf Course.
10 seconds.
100% of the proceeds will go towards Alzheimer's research at the UW. Pledge now. Birdies to End ALZ.com.
And we're back on Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network from Cherokee Country Club in Madison, along with Dennis Tiziati. I'm Paul Brown, and joining us now is Michael Gaspard, who's in charge out at UW Ridge. Big weekend coming up, big week actually at UW Ridge Golf Course here in Madison. Michael, all systems go?
We are close. We're gearing up and we're ready to go. Paul, Dennis, thanks for having me on.
Hey, good. You had a week off, huh?
Yeah. Advanced week is just as busy as the regular week.
I get it.
It's been busy.
It's good to have you on.
Starting tomorrow, Michael, take us through kind of what's going to happen. I'm sure some of the players, today was probably a travel day, wasn't it? So some of them will be in probably later today or tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we saw probably about 10 players here today. I know Jerry was here early. Skip Kendall was here. So there's a few players out today. We'll probably see a bunch more tomorrow, and that'll jump into a pairings at Pro-Am party tomorrow evening. And then it's go time with the Pro-Am tournaments on Wednesday, Thursday, and then the actual tournament Friday through Sunday.
After going through the process of the two previous tournaments, from your perspective of managing the facility there for the tournament, what have you learned and what's the most important thing that maybe you've changed for round three, so to speak?
Sure. I think that first year, understanding the crowds was huge. I think the crowd showed up so early that first year. I don't think the traffic patrol was quite out there early enough. So I think there was a traffic issue that first day. But once they got out there, got everything established, I think that was a big feature that hit on the next year, and then this year I think they got a good plan together as well. But that whole crowd, expecting how many people, and it's been awesome how many people have been here. Understanding that crowd control, where they're going, making sure that they have a great experience, and then taking care of the players. And some of them have more requests than others, but making sure that you have everything ready so that they have a great experience.
And you have the plan in place in case of rain. You've got the alternate parking all ready to go, right?
That's correct. Each year we've had to do that one day. I think each year we've had about an inch to an inch and a half of rain on one evening or one early morning. And the American Family team and all the volunteers and everyone pulled the trigger to do the off-site parking with Badger Bus, bringing everybody in, brings them right to the front gate, and that's gone very smooth.
What about changes to the golf course or the facility in general that people may pay attention to when they come out to the event?
Sure. The setup, they have added a couple of areas. Behind the number one tee box, they've kind of horseshoed it around a little bit more and added some seating, which is really nice, especially on that opening tee shot and the grand welcoming of the event. So adding a few extra seats was nice. Number 15 is a reachable par 4. And they have added a lot more seating around there as well, which will be fun to see the players decide whether to lay up or pull driver out and try to reach that par 4. So those two features have been added. One thing we did last fall to accommodate the option for the rules officials is we added a tee box on 18 as well. So the whole will play a little bit longer on at least one of the days. I know they already have the setup of the tees back there, so it can play up to 440 back there, which should bring some longer irons and make the last hole a little bit harder, which will be exciting to finish.
What are some of the areas that you could look at and still have some improvement potentially? And would locker room, that whole concept of down in that area be improved somehow?
Yeah, so the UW teams have their locker rooms in our golf training center, and there's about 30 of those. And obviously with this event, 78 players. So they've had to double, triple some lockers up. But this year they decided to alter the experience, and they actually purchased some lockers that they're putting in the front of the golf training center. So every single player will have their own locker, which will be really nice as an addition. A couple other things, our bunkers have not been redone since the course opened in 1991. When we get rainstorms, we just just had one Saturday morning, a couple inches of rain, and our bunkers wash out, and that creates some contamination with silt going in them. They've gotten soft over time. So this fall, we're actually going to go down to 9 holes after the girls' state tournament and redo them, add a Better Billy bunker system. And those in the golf world have heard of this system. It's a polymer you spray down, allows moisture to penetrate and get down through, so they don't get as many washouts, which really saves our staff. And also, over the years of this event, the 3 years, there's a lot of traffic on 18 and 17, building grandstands, a lot of construction vehicles, and our cart paths have taken a bit of a beat. And so we're looking to do some of that this fall, early spring next year.
Michael, let's talk about the bunkers, and I'm sure part of the commitment that American Family and the university made on the extension of the contract. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand the potential project on the bunkers alone could be about $1 million improvement. Is that close to reality?
Yeah, you're pretty close there. We actually, with the state, have put out a bid. American Family has contributed to the rental of the golf course and also to future projects in their Dream Fearlessly initiative. So part of that will go towards this bunker redo. One of the process we got involved right away with was Robert Trent Jones Jr., the designer, and they came in and looked at all the steep faces. Over time, they get steeper, and your bunkers wash out easier. There's bunkers due to technology that don't really come into play anymore. Especially for the pros out here. But if you have a higher handicapper going in a bunker that's 180 yards out on a par 4, Robert Trent Jones really looked at some of those and said, do we really still want those there? Can we make it more of a grass feature? So Robert Trent Jones has designed kind of a bunker redo. So along with the maintenance portion of it, also taking a look at the layout of where the bunkers are and are they in play and how they fit in the big picture of the whole golf course.
Dennis, from your perspective as a golf course owner, what they're doing with the bunkers at Ridge for the tournament and the average player, how significant of an improvement is this?
I think it's huge, and I really am happy they're doing, and I think it's good they're doing it for the tournament. But how about the other 40 weeks or 30 weeks out of the year? So the real advantage is going to come to the player who plays there all the time. That's really their customer, and that's who they're going after to make that happen. I think it's great, and over time, he mentioned the word, subtly mentioned technology is a difference. Well, some of these bunkers aren't coming into play anymore, and I agree with the grass feature, and because speed of play is always going to be an issue. And if that can augment that, if that can be better, that would be good too. I just like the relationship that's going on between University Ridge, UW, and American Family. I happen to know a little bit about that, and I just think it's great. And it really is the reason why the tournament's a success. And as long as they keep on working together like that, we're going to have a real good tournament here for a long time.
Michael, a couple of more, and then we're going to let you go, and thank you for your time. The first 2 tournaments, what's the reaction you've got from around the United States via television or
college kids, Colin Montgomery walking into the shop and waving up his arms and just seeing all red, white, and black and AM apparel, just saying this is awesome. Those type of things go a long way in what we're doing, also what AmFam's doing. Not to mention having a person like Steve Stricker be the forefront, the face of the event is huge. And you know how he's treated on the tour as one of the nicest and the most pleasurable people that to be around. And it's true. I mean, he's engaging. He'll look at you. He'll shake your hand. He's just one of the better people in the game.
There's winter time in Wisconsin, and there's road construction. There's a little construction going on out by your place. What advice have you got for people coming to the tournament?
Well, I would say, there's a lot of construction on the corner of PD and M, which is our main intersection to get in. In the past, it was always one lane going each way anyway. So it's going to be the same. Plan on being here a little bit early, but the last, the first year, that first day was the only real issue we've had. So if traffic patrol is getting everybody in and got the traffic flowing the right way, I think it's great. That intersection is well needed to be enhanced. Epic, all their traffic morning in the afternoon during rush hours is pretty tough here. But honestly, I think that when the traffic control gets out there and they do their job, which they have, it's fairly smooth. And if we don't get rain, parking on the cross country right on site, having shuttles for those who need it up to the front gate, it's been been very, very well received. And that construction, I think, once we get through this, I've heard later 19 they will finish. I think it's only going to enhance the event to get people in and out of here faster.
Mike, very quickly, I know people don't really appreciate this, but you do. You have your regular staff involved in this tournament, taking care of everything. And if it wasn't for the volunteers in your area, that's a significant contribution to this tournament, is it not?
It's one of the most exciting things about this event is to be able to bring in 1,000 volunteers and to work closely with them as our staff, who is heavily UW-Madison students along with other college students, is fantastic. And Gail Perla, who organizes all the volunteers, does a tremendous job. If you can imagine trying to arrange the proper places for 1,000 people to be and make sure they're in the right areas and trained properly, that's a big task. And she does a phenomenal job working with our staff, our maintenance crew. It's one of the hardest weeks that you'll ever see a grounds crew go through, but they do a tremendous job, and having an extra great handful of those people willing to help out. And we get other superintendents, assistant superintendents from around the city who actually come out here during Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to help us out. So that combined effort is absolutely amazing.
Michael, one final thing now. Remember, for the weekend, for your superintendent, don't listen to the PGA. All the pins, your superintendents can set them up in the middle of the greens and leave them there for all 3 days, so we get lots of birdies.
Attaboy.
We'd see a couple 59s, I think, but
could you take care of that for us?
We'll see. We'll see.
I don't think that's going to work. No, thanks, Michael.
No, I think our superintendent stands right next to the rules official, and the rules official points down and says it's going to be right here. And then, and that's the PGA Tour, not the USGA. So I think we're going to have a little easier pins than you saw this past week.
We'll be back after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dave Gary, and it's open house time at the Princeton Clubs. Come see what our clubs are all about. Try a class or just relax in our pools. Visit any of our clubs for free during our open house.
Say that again, sir.
Now, with more locations, more amenities, and more free classes, there's never been a better time to be a member of the Princeton Clubs. I think you'll be surprised.
We're going to get back at about 55:23,
all over the Madison area.
I think.
You'll never be more than a few minutes away from your next workout. As a member,
So more
you'll
like,
also
I guess,
have
like 4
access to
minutes.
Cherokee Country Club's
If I'm doing my
outdoor
math
pool
right.
to make the most out of your summer. So come try the Princeton Clubs today. Get inspired and start feeling great again. We keep our clubs spotlessly clean, open 24 hours a day.
I have it
7 days a
at,
week,
it went
and
off
with
at
free
51:52.
childcare and no joining fees. And if you're ready to step up to the Princeton Clubs, we'll even buy out your current membership somewhere else. The Princeton Clubs, voted Madison's best health club year after year. Visit PrincetonClub.net for more details.
We're not your electric company, but we help move power to your community. We don't generate electricity, but our grid helps to energize your everyday life. We provide stable, reliable energy transmission from the energy sources to your home or business. We are American Transmission Company, the vital link between power production and the people who count on it. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
The PGA Tour champions are coming back to Madison. The 2018 American Family Insurance Championship Week is set for June 18th through the 24th at University Ridge. Tickets are available now at amfamchampionship.com/tickets. Be on the links when tournament host Steve Stricker tees it off. Proceeds from the AmFam Championship benefit the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation, the American Family Children's Hospital, and numerous local Madison charities. Don't miss out. Get your tickets on amfamchampionship.com/tickets.
Right now, Cherokee Country Club is offering outstanding introductory golf memberships. You can join Cherokee as an individual member for $2,400. Depending on your age, you can get a family membership that starts at only $2,900. Check it out for yourself. What you're going to find Club and the Madison Club. If you're a business owner, Cherokee offers a voucher golf program that allows you to purchase 20 rounds of golf, good for 18 holes with a golf cart, for only $1,000. What a great way to entertain your clients, customers, or employees. Cherokee also offers memberships for swimming and indoor and outdoor tennis. And the public is welcome to use the driving range, restaurant, banquet facilities, or book a wedding there. For more information, call 249-1000 or visit the website at CherokeeCountryClub.net.
The American Family Championship features golf's living legends competing right here in Wisconsin. Take advantage of the Wild Rock American Family Championship package, which includes 18 holes with GPS cart at Wild Rock, with lunch and a Wild Rock
15
hat,
seconds here,
plus
guys.
a ticket to the championship in Madison this June. Call or check out our website for availability, 608-253-4653 or wildrockgolf.com. That's wildrockgolf.com.
We're back on Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network. A little earlier in our show, we mentioned that Mario Tiziani, Dennis's son, is going to be caddying for Fred Couples. Who's caddying for Lee Trevino?
Boy, you wouldn't believe. Another good friend. David Gary is going to be caddying.
The owner of the Princeton Club.
Princeton Club, one of our sponsors here, but also a good friend from a religious standpoint. We do a lot of stuff together. Currently, we've got a little issue going, he and I, and arguing about a spectacular, but I'm getting him, and of course, he's good.
Fun.
And he's caddying for his daughter now down in a tournament in Indiana or someplace. And he knows the rules because we went over them, to put up, to keep up, and to shut up. And he's going to have a difficult time with this guy, Trevino. I'll tell you what.
And before we close out the show, we want to say thank you to everybody that has already contributed to Birdies to End Alzheimer's.com. That's Birdies to End ALZ.com. We're about $32,000 heading into the tournament. Thank you to the people that have contributed. If you haven't and you'd like to become part of it, you still have time. Just go to that site, Birdies to End ALZ.com. Self-explanatory. All you have to do is put down the amount that you want to pledge. You can make a pledge for just a certain dollar amount. But the fun part of it is based on the birdies of the tournament. Using as an example, we know of birdies for 5 cents. We know of birdies for $5. Take a dime. There'll probably be about 900 birdies in the tournament.
We're setting the pins. 1,000.
So if there's 900 birdies in the tournament and you pledge a dime, that's $90. And that would be your contribution. 100% of the money, 100% is going directly to the research center at UW Hospital in terms of research to find a cure for Alzheimer's disease. So we hope you will participate in Birdies to End ALZ.com.
Pretty
and it's
cool.
going to be an interesting weekend.
It'll
to
be
see
pretty
what
good.
happens.
I know our discussion here is, what about Monday? I mean, the guy knows that there's 1,000 birdies. At least he can go ahead. If I was doing it, right, I'd rather take a chance. I'd wait to see how many birdies, right? 1,000, and then I'd make up my mind.
And we'll be very honest and tell you the first year of the tournament, there was 1,024.
Yeah.
Last year, they must have set the pins harder because it went down to 878.
Well, you got 27 out of 30 top players.
However, Dennis made a pretty good point. When you look at the field that's coming here, and you've got 78 players, including 37 of the top 40 on the Charles Schwab Cup Championship battle.
Yeah, you're going to get some
There might be a
birdies.
few more birdies, but let's say it's the round number is 1,000. For our staff, including Lexi Graytek, along with Kevin Ryan,
boy.
Dave McCann, and
You did
we
that
should
pretty
say
good.
hello to Melissa Kim, who's here
she
from
did
Channel
a
3.
real good job. Yeah, we were upgrading her today. She did good. No, I'm kidding.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us. And that's another edition of Talking Golf. And hopefully you'll have a fun weekend at the American Family Insurance Championship.
Guys.